Welcome back, guys. Today I wanted to talk about something that's like I've been thinking about the past couple of days. Like, you know how my van, my van's it's blown, the motor's pretty much gone, and I just signed the property, and I'm trying to get a loan finance for my house that I'm buying, so as an investment property, rental property. I've got so many things going on. I'm working like 7 days a week just so I can save up for this deposit for my house. And my van blew on me, and I'm stuck driving my mum's car, as you can see, little Suzuki Swift. I got all my tools in the back, and I don't even have a place to put my phone. I'm holding my phone like next to the steering wheel, which is a bit shifty. But yeah, like I'm just driving on the M5 now. I'm going to work. Yeah, so I've just been thinking the past couple of days, like, what am I going to do with my van? Like, how am I going to do this? I've got a few options. Now, the van, it's a cheap van. It's got a lot of kilometers on it. It's driven heaps. It was treated badly throughout its time, but it was a workhorse. Like, I took out all the back seats. I even took out the passenger seat, and I was just loading it up with tools, loading it up with timber and everything for work. And I actually made a lot of money from that van. So, like, you know, using it to deliver timber, because I used to sell timber. Just, you know, like side hustles and bits and pieces, nothing crazy. But I made money from the van, and now I'm at a crossroads right now. Like, do I fix the van up? It's going to cost me maybe $1 or $2 grand, or best case scenario, it's going to cost me about $1,000 to $2,000. Worst case, new engine is going to cost me about $5 grand, including installation and other stuff as well. I might need to do some other bits and pieces. Now, realistically, like the thing is that the old me, the old way I'd think about the little bits of money, right? Try to get this sun out of my face so you guys can see me better. The old way I used to think, come on man, this is a bit annoying, but it's alright. I don't care, I'm making this video. I need to talk about this. The old me would have thought about the little bits of money, right? Oh, you know, if I buy a new van, it's going to cost me like $10,000, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. But something I've been really trying to think about now is, like, to be realistic, I got to think about my time and my brain power and just the thoughts, my time in everything, my time in work, my day, like my actual physical time, even my mental energy, the thoughts that I'm thinking about. I don't want to waste my thoughts on a van that's run down and it's on its way out. It's already, like, the motor's fried, and I got to do a lot of things to fix it up. The thing is that I want to think more long term. I want to think like, okay, the van's finished, all right, it's going to cost me money to fix it, but it's not just that. When I do fix it, it's not going to be perfect. It's still going to have issues. It's still going to, you know, in 6 months, it's going to break down again. It's going to have more problems. It's done 500,000 kilometers, like 500,000 kilometers on this van, you know, and like, come on, man, like, it's done a lot. It's seen a lot. It's seen a lot of things, bro. It's been through a lot, man, the poor thing. And I've got a massive target to hit with my savings, and like, I'm blessed that my mum, like my parents, they allowed me to use my mum's car. I'm honestly, like, I can't be more thankful for that, straight out. Like, I got a car to use, even though it's not mine. I'm not paying for it. Now I'm about 90% on the way to just sack my van, my old one, and just use this car to get me by for the next couple of weeks. Get my finances in order for the settlement date to buy the house. Worst case, I can get a loan, you know, $5,000 loan or $10,000 loan for the van. Get a new one, sorry. You know, either a van or a ute or something. Even just like I can even, if I really needed to, I can get a full drive, like an SUV, an older one, and a trailer, for example. Like, I've got a lot of options. I don't want to stress too much about this van, because the thoughts that I'm putting on this van, I can put those thoughts in something else. You know, the money that I could spend on this van and fix it up, say it's $2,000. All right, I spend $2 grand and I fix it up and it's working again. And, you know, in the back of my head, every time I drive it, I'm going to be like, oh, something's going to go wrong, something's going to go wrong. I really shouldn't be holding my phone while I'm talking, but it's all right. I got to think more long term, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's not about the $2,000. It's not even about the 10 grand buying a new van. It's about the long term. If I buy a van, if I buy something now that's worth 10 grand, I'll spend 10 grand on it. That's gonna keep me like relaxed for the next 5 years. I know that if I buy something at like say 200,000 kilometers, I know that it's gonna put in another 100,000 kilometers without missing a beat. It's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just put my camera angle back here for a bit. I need to focus. It's getting a bit hectic in traffic. But what I want to put across to you guys, and what I want to like make sure that I understand, is that it's not about the dollar value. It's not about, in general, in life in general, it's not about saving the $50 and saving the $100 and, oh, don't get a coffee today, you want to save $4.50. Like, it's not about that. It's about your brain. It's about your mental capacity, your mental power. If you're always stressing about something, you're wasting energy on that thing. That, if you're spending 50% of your thoughts, your brain power, your mental power on a certain thing that's irrelevant, that's not very important for the long term, you're potentially wasting so much more important thoughts. You can think about so many more important things in that time. Okay, now let me put that into perspective from what I'm going through right now. Right, I'm stressing about a van that I've made my money out of it. It's seen its days. It's done. It's finished. Right, I'm stressing about it. It's still parked 3 hours from Sydney. It's like 3 hours away from my house, and it's just sitting there. I need to sort it out. I need to do something about it. You know, if I don't, then like I'm paying insurance for. I need to get it out of my mind and just focus on the next step and keep pushing. The old me would have just said, that's all right, fix it, pay $2,000 and run it for another 6 months. It's fine. But no, I got to think long term. I got to think ahead. Right now, I'm focusing on work, right? I'm focusing on saving up capital to buy this house. If I'm stressing about a van, if I fix the van and I'm driving it and it's always like, it's making noises and it's killing my life. It's driving me crazy, and that's what it used to do. I drove it and I pushed it so hard, but every time I did it, I was always stressing. Like right now, I'm driving a cracker car. Like it's a new car. It's only a few years old, not many kilometers. And I've completely forgotten about the stresses of driving a car. It's weird. It's like I got so used to driving that van that it was like a daily thing to just always have that like 5% or 10% of a bit of anxiety about driving it. Like, you know that, oh, something can go wrong. But now I'm just driving and I'm just stress-free driving. Like I'm just thinking ahead. I'm just planning ahead, you know? So that's the thing that I want to like put into perspective for anyone that's watching this, for everyone. The whole world's going to watch this eventually. I guarantee that. The whole world's going to hear this once I hit it big. But don't stress about the little things. These tiny things are irrelevant. Don't worry about them. You got bigger things to think about. We're not thinking about all these little tiny things. You know what I mean? What's more important? What's more important than a bit of money? It's your brain, your mental health, your emotional health. These things, if you have bad mental health, it's not just how much money you're losing in time. It's how much potential for the future, man. Like, if you're stressing about something that won't even affect you the next 5 years, then you're wasting your thoughts. You're wasting your mental health, your mental power. This van is gonna mean nothing to me in 5 years. I'm gonna completely forget that this van existed. So why am I stressing? Why am I stressing about it? Just get it over and done with. Sack it off. Get a new van. Get it, whatever. Do whatever you gotta do. Just forget about it. Stop stressing about it. I'm going to work now so I can make money, so I can put it into the house. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about, oh, I'm driving this car's gonna break down any second. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm doing. I can't do that. It's very bad. It's very bad for the future. The old me would have said, yeah, it's fine, don't worry, just keep pushing, it's gonna be alright, we'll get there. But the long-term cars, it's not good. That 10% of anxiety that's rising in my brain in my body every time I drive that van, just always like on slight edge, not much, just that tiny bit of it on the edge. You're like, oh, it's not gonna run, it's not gonna get me to work. Every time you hear a noise, you're like, oh crap, man, like, is it gonna get me to work? I got another hour to get to work, please make it. It's not healthy. You're not comfortable. You're not comfortable in that. You're not comfortable driving it. You're not feeling that comfort, and that's affecting your day, and that's affecting your nights. It's affecting the next day, the day after. It's affecting the next 5 years. Why? Because you're wasting potential. At my age, at 24, I can't be stressing about all these little things. I need to only, not even stress, I need to think about bigger things. I need to think about the future. I can't think about these little things. These little things are wasting my energy. These are things that I used to waste my energy on when I was 20 or 19 or 17 or 15. I can't waste my energy on that now. I got much, much bigger things to think about, much, much more important things to stress about. And I shouldn't even be stressing about them. I should be thinking about them and planning, but I shouldn't be stressing. And I'm not. Honestly, this whole house thing, this whole working really hard, I love it. I'm not stressing about it. That's the best thing. I'm stressing about my van. I'm stressing about my little $1,000 van. But this property that I'm trying to get into, and the renovation I want to do, and the fitness that I'm trying to achieve, like, you know, my body transformation, like, I'm not even stressing about them because I know it's right. I feel it's right. And you tend to, you'll realize that yourself. Like, when you stress about something, you know it's not right. There's something not right about it. So that's why you're stressing. But if you're confident in yourself and you're confident in what you're doing, you won't stress. You'll be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm going into it. It's fine. There's no issue. It's completely fine. But when you're stressing, you're always thinking. You know there's something not right. You got to fix it. And so that you stop stressing. We're fixing it so that we stop stressing, so we stop wasting our potential, and that we can look ahead. We can focus ahead. We're trying to beat our competition. Our competition is stressing about their little car and their $50 and the $4 coffee that they just bought. Our competition is stressing about that, but we're not stressing about that. We're not even stressing. We're waking up early, we're going to the gym, we're getting the stress out of our system. We're on the treadmill 45 minutes, an hour before work. We're breaking records at the gym, our personal records, we're breaking them at the gym every morning. Every morning we're doing something better than we did yesterday. And our stress is gone. It's that simple. You break a record, and I'm telling you, try it. You wake up before you go to work. I know how it is. Everyone, like, in the construction game, work starts at 7 wherever you go, right? Everyone's up at 6, 5:30, 6:30, that time. That's when everyone gets up because they got work at 7. We're up at 4 a.m. We're up at 3:30, 3:45, 3:50. What are we doing at that time? We're not up on our phone. We're not going through Facebook and Instagram. No, it's a waste of time. What are we doing? We're meditating. We're at the gym. We're hitting personal records at the gym. That's what we're doing at that time. By the time they wake up, by the time our competition wakes up, we've already got 2 hours on them. Think about that. If we're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym, everyone else that we're competing with in our industry, they're waking up at 5:30. They're waking up at 6 o'clock. We've already got 2 hours on them. They're sleeping and they're snoring at that time, and we're in the gym. The sun isn't even out and we're in the gym, and we're breaking personal records day by day. Where do you think that's going to take you? How much are you going to dominate the world when you get up at 4 a.m., everyone is asleep and you're breaking records? Think about that. Who does that? No one does that. We do that, brother. We do that. No one else. We're dominating our competition. It's that simple. Don't stress about the little things that mean nothing. If it doesn't mean anything in 5 years, think about it. In 5 years, brother, in 6 months, you're not going to think about it. It's not going to affect you in 6 months. Why are you stressing about it? Stop. It means nothing, cuz. Why am I stressing? Why was I stressing about the van? Cuz it makes sense now. It's like, bro, it means nothing. Just sack the van, get a new one. But this is the first time I go through this. That's why I'm stressing. I've never experienced this. I've never understood, like it's not that I don't understand. It's just I've never been through this. Like, it's like, oh, should I fix it? Bro, sack it. Just move on with your life. Don't worry about the sun in my face. Don't worry about the steering wheel I didn't care, cuz this is more important. What I'm saying, like, turn off the video, do something, just listen. It's more important. It's like a podcast. Don't stress about the little things that mean nothing in 6 months. They're wasting your brain. They're wasting your mental power, your mental capacity. Instead of you stressing about these little things, think about something bigger than you. Think about the next step. Don't think about the past. Don't think about, oh, I had this and it's cuz go push forward, bro. And what am I saying? Why am I even making this video? This is for me to reinforce this in my brain. Like today I woke up and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Brother, I know what I'm gonna do, cuz I'm gonna call a tow truck. Not the tow trucks, the guys that, you know, the cash for cars, whatever. I'm gonna drive out there on my day off, which is, I don't usually take days off. I need to, for this stupid van needs to go. Maybe Sunday I'll take the day off. I'll have at least some rest from work, because I've been working like for 3 weeks now straight. I'll go up there. I'll call a bloke before I go there. Obviously, I'll organise a time. I'll go down there at like, you know, I'll leave very early, straight after the gym. I'll head down there. It's a 3-hour drive. I'll head down there. I'll meet him there. He'll pay me whatever, and he'll take the van and go. That's it, done. That's a chapter in my life closed, finished. And then I come back to Sydney and I keep going. Next step. What's my next step in life? What am I doing next? Where am I going next? It's that simple. That's what I'm gonna do.